Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at my favorite movies to watch during October/Halloween. And there might be some picks in here that you weren't expecting. Maybe there's some in here you've never seen that you can add to your list, but I watch these literally every single year, at least once in the month. Before we get into it, I just want to say this video is sponsored by me. Please subscribe. That's all. Yeah, here we go. Let's yap about some Halloween films. So Trick or Treat is a movie that I saw recently that I tried to watch way back in the day and I didn't really enjoy it. I don't know what happened. Maybe my brain just got better. I love this film. If you are looking for something that encapsulates Halloween and the season into a film, it is this movie. This movie is amazing when it comes to giving you the Halloween vibes. And the first 30 to like 40 minutes of this film are absolutely fucking insane. The intro to this film is crazy. Also, the killer in this film is so iconic. You've probably seen them at Spirit Halloween or just looking on the internet if you're a fan of horror movies at all. I guarantee that you have probably seen this movie. If you haven't, definitely check it out. It is an amazing Halloween film. Every time I say an amazing Halloween film, I feel like I'm talking about the Halloween franchise. I know you guys probably don't hear it like that, but that's just what it is in my head. This one is on HBO Max if you have a subscription there, so that's where you can watch it. This film was always gonna be here. I grew up with this franchise. I love this movie. Yes, it is corny, but it is amazing. I do not care. This is literally the perfect Halloween film. I mean, it's literally called Halloween Town. This movie has so many memeable parts of it. It is so fun to watch with friends and family. This is just something I would like to say. If you have children, please put them on to movies like this, and please don't give them that Coco Melon fucking brain rot TikTok shit. Put them on Halloween Town. Please grow them up with the classics. Half of this movie doesn't make sense. Half of it does. It doesn't matter. I'm throwing this movie on. I'm watching this probably 3 times this month, maybe even 4. Halloween Town and the sequels, dude, they're just all so good. I definitely watch this. Maybe if you didn't grow up with this, you won't enjoy it as much, but oh my gosh, I love Halloween Town. This one might be a bit of a weird take, but the Harry Potter films, specifically the Sorcerer's Stone and also the Prisoner of Azkaban, really give me the Halloween vibes, but honestly, I'm just gonna binge all these movies in October. There's something about it, especially towards the end of the films when they get darker. It really just kind of feels like this horror scenario. I don't know. I just love it during October. Imagery and the soundtrack. I don't know, dude. I don't know why it hits so hard in October, but Harry Potter is just so good. Sorry, I'm not going into like tons of detail on these films. I don't know what detail to give you guys besides these are just my favorites. I could tell you more about this story, but this one's Harry Potter. Everyone knows Harry Potter. The boy who lived has come to die. This next one is Halloween. And when I say Halloween, I actually mean the film this time, not the holiday. I'm gonna actually say that this is probably my number 1. I literally don't think I've ever missed a year in my whole entire life watching this. Obviously, that's probably not true. But when I was old enough to have a memory and watch horror films, I don't think I've ever skipped it. I've watched it at least once every single year, and I do not regret it. I love this film from the bottom of my heart. And even now, it still kind of creeps me out. It's not necessarily like a scary movie, but there are definitely some scenes that I think about every now and again that I was like, wow, that's creepy. I've seen this movie 100 million times, and this still kind of creeps me out if I think about it enough. If you don't know the story about this, it's Michael Myers. He's going around killing people. That's all you get. I already know you know the story. So yeah, Michael Myers, probably the most iconic killer of all time. Please do not crucify me. I'm just saying that as kind of like a general statement. It's kind of a toss-up between Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason. You can really pick any. Definitely probably number 1 on this list. Next up, I just watched this film. I just watched this film last week, Monster House. Monster House is honestly, as I get older, probably one of the funniest films I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Especially the dynamic between the 2 police officers. Some of the scenes in there are just golden, dude. They are so fun. Not to mention Chowder, dude. He's carrying this whole entire movie. He is so funny. Basically, the story of this film is that there's 2 kids, Chowder and DJ, and they're like, yo, there's something up with this house. It tried to eat me. And nobody believes them. They're like, it's just a house, bro. What are you talking about? And if I actually were to give this movie a gripe, there's some scenes where I'm like, how the fuck is no one seeing this big ass house in the middle of this neighborhood, like eating dogs and shit? Like, there's parts where the house literally transforms into a monstrous being. It's loud as hell. It's eating everything in its path, and no one has seen it do that. Whatever, I'm gonna pretend that doesn't exist. The movie is perfect. All right, I love Monster House. Now, this one is the deepest cut, and I feel like nobody is gonna know what I'm talking about. But Scary Godmother is an all-time classic Halloween time October film. I think there's also a sequel to this, which I also equally enjoy. It's on YouTube, by the way. Let's look up Scary Godmother, Revenge of Jimmy, DVD quality. That's the sequel. And I'm also pretty sure that the original is on YouTube as well. I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm not sure if it's like illegal that it's uploaded. I really don't want it to get removed. I just look up Scary Godmother Halloween Spooktacular DVD quality, throw it up on the TV, and it's a little bit uncanny. I'm not gonna lie, some of the animation is a little funky. I also remember this movie scaring the fuck out of me. Like, literally scaring me so bad, and I don't know why. And then as I got older, it didn't scare me as much. And now it's just a movie I watch every single year. Like, dude, look at the eyeballs on these kids. This is freaky as hell. Coming up next, we got ParaNorman. I didn't see this film until my girlfriend forced me to watch it. And I love this movie. This movie is touching. This movie is important. It's more than just a film. You know, it really speaks to the heart. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is around the time where like puppets and like handmade clay models were still being used with claymation. And that is probably my favorite style of animation, along with, you know, like the Disney hand-drawn stuff. But I miss these kind of films. These films, like, they just resonate with everybody because everyone has grown up with them. Everyone knows what they look like. And I can't really think off the top of my head a stop motion film that's come out recently to the extent of like ParaNorman or Caroline or films like that. There is so much work that goes into these films, and I seriously can't even imagine doing 1% of the things that these people do to get these films out. The story for ParaNorman is that young Norman has the ability to speak with the dead, and he often prefers their company to that of the living. Norman receives word from his strange uncle, that's a funny little thing they put in there. Centuries old witch's curse on their town is real and about to come true. Basically, he has to find a way to stop it. This movie can be watched with the whole entire family. Even if you're an adult, don't be ashamed. This one isn't a film, but it's literally every single R.L. Stine Goosebumps TV show, the one that was shot in Canada. I absolutely love these episodes. I grew up with them. I still watch them to this day, especially the slappy ones. Oh, also, what was the one? It was like the mask, the haunted mask is what it was. Dude, the haunted mask is absolutely terrifying. Even to this day, like watching, like, damn, that's kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But for this category, honestly, just wait, there's a mask for this on Amazon? I know what I'm wearing to the Halloween party. I'm just kidding, I don't get invited to anything. Yeah, but take your pick, literally. Okay, I'm sorry guys, look at this one. Look at this mask. This is weird. Could you imagine this coming to your door saying trick or treat at nighttime? Whoever's wearing that is getting a stiff arm right to the cranium. I am not standing for that. Yeah, you could honestly choose any single Goosebumps episode. They're all amazing. And one of them even has Ryan Gosling in it. And that one is pretty good. Sorry if I'm like flying through these. There are a lot of movies that I enjoy watching. And you also might be noticing that a lot of these actually aren't like super hardcore horror films. It's because I honestly don't really enjoy watching them around this time. I'm more into like the campy, stupid Halloween films. I can enjoy a good horror film any time of the year. It does not matter. But I am actually going to include a real one, The Conjuring. I don't think I've ever talked about this film on my channel before, and I was honestly kind of saving it for a later date, but I'm just gonna add it here. The only time I ever talked about the Conjuring films is when I was dissing the movies that were coming out recently, because I feel like after the second film, they kind of just gave up. And I understand that's completely opinionated. People probably love the other ones, but the first two movies is where my heart lies, and especially in the first one. I feel like The Conjuring 1 was the first movie to really make me feel super scared. On top of it being actually pretty scary, I think it's a very engaging film following like almost a family drama at certain points. I love the introduction of Ed and Lorraine Warren. I don't know, I just love this film. And the funniest thing is that I do not believe in ghosts. I do not think ghosts are real, and this movie still freaks me out. But yeah, if you're looking for an entertaining ghost film that honestly kind of takes itself a little bit too seriously, definitely check this movie out. I assume you've probably seen it. This is a very famous film. But yeah, this is another one I love to watch during October. I think I'm kind of running out here a little bit, but I'm gonna add a couple of suggestions, or maybe one will just pop into my head. There is a show that I think everybody here needs to watch, and I feel like it definitely does not get talked about enough. That is Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass is genuinely one of the best shows I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a Netflix exclusive. It's made by Mike Flanagan, and I binge watched this whole entire thing in like 2 days. Performances are amazing. There is a really solid one-take shot in here. Mike Flanagan loves his one takes, so definitely pay attention if you're watching any Mike Flanagan project. Look out for one shot, like one-take shots. I feel like at some points it is a little bit predictable, but then again, if you're someone like me who's kind of dumb, you don't really see what's coming sometimes. I'm also quickly gonna add The Haunting of Hill House. It's also another Mike Flanagan project, so obviously this guy knows what he's doing. And there is an episode in here that is a one-take, and I would say that it might be the most impressive one take I've ever seen in anything. Besides the one take scene that's in True Detective, the True Detective one shot scene blew my mind. The Haunting of Hill House is based off the Shirley Jackson novel, which is also a great read. And I know these are shows and they're probably a little bit harder to watch with everything that I'm suggesting. They're definitely worth a watch at any time. So I think I'm all out of movies that I personally watch every single October, but I do have a suggestion. There is a film named Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp. I just watched this recently. I don't think I'm going to watch it every single year, but it's definitely a great Halloween film. I'm not going to lie, there are some parts where I'm like, damn, this is the longest 1 hour and 45 minutes I have ever seen in my whole entire life. There's too much to love about this film. It has too much charm. It's made by Tim Burton. This was Johnny Depp in his prime, his most handsome, so you can't really look off the screen. The story for Sleepy Hollow is set in 1799. Sleepy Hollow is based on Washington Irving's classic tale, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Ooh. Faithful to the dreamy, custom-bound world that Irving paints in his story, the film mixes horror, fantasy, romance, and features an extraordinary cast of characters that dabble in the supernatural. I'm just reading straight off of the Google thing. I didn't write that, guys. And yeah, those are my favorite films to watch during October in the Halloween season. I really hope you enjoyed this. This is just a yapping video. I had a lot of fun filming this and just talking, not taking it too seriously. And I'm begging you, please, in the comments, leave your favorite films. I need to watch more of these. I need to keep adding. I need to tell movies to my kids when I have them one day. So, like I said, please leave a comment. I need to see your favorite movies. Not an ask. This is a demand. Comment now. Me secretly trying to get my video up in the algorithm by saying that. I'm just kidding. That's not what I'm doing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have a Silent Hill 2 review coming out soon. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, great night, and... Ooh, what's that behind you?